Hi everyone, welcome back to Presley Mania. My name is Rhonda and I wanted to get into what it seems the whole world is talking about. Graceland on the auction block. Is it for sale? Is it going to be for sale? Well, that's what we are going to delve into today. I'm stuttering because when I first read about it, it just made me so nervous. So got a little stutter going on here. Let's talk about, we're going to start, this video may go a little longer than I really like to keep them, but I think it's important that we go through each and everything and we know exactly what is going on so you can know about this company, you can know what Riley has done to counteract this, and exactly where we are at this point. Okay, so there has been a company called Nasani claims that Lisa Marie Presley took out a loan on August 10th of 2015 in the amount of $450,000. That was the first one she took out, they're claiming. But she paid that one back. Okay, in cash. Isn't that odd? I find that very odd. And then on May 16th, 2018, which brings us to where we are today, she took out a second loan they are claiming. And make sure you've got that right. I am saying they are claiming in the amount of $3,800,000. Okay? Now, let me read to you something here. I pulled the documents when I heard about this. I went and I printed off all of the documents. There's 60 of them in here. I have also been doing some digging, not just me, but there's a few of us who have put our heads together, our little team, and we have been digging like crazy to try to get to the bottom of this, because in all honesty, it doesn't sound right and it sounds extremely fishy to me. There is more to this story than just what meets the eye, and that's what I want to get into today. Okay, so let's read. All right, let's listen to this. All right, on August 10th of 2015, the borrower took out a smaller loan with lender, which was paid back by a cash deposit into lender's bank account by borrower, namely Lisa Marie Presley, on July 19th, 2016. Okay, so they're saying that she took out this loan and she paid it back, all in cash. That sounds kind of weird to me. I mean, wouldn't you think that if you had taken out a loan, you would want to pay it back with something other than cash, so you would have a receipt, you would have proof that it was paid? Okay, we're going to go on, and this is what Nasani is claiming. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read a little better. Then it says on May 16th of 2018 that Lisa Marie took out another loan in the amount of $3,800,000, and we're going to get into all of that. They also say that they had had no contact with her since the date of March 23rd of 2022, and they said they've been trying to get in touch with her since then. Okay, well, we know that Lisa passed and in 2023. So let's talk about all of this, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, the nature of the action is Keogh is the trustee of the Promenade Trust, which is the owner of certain real property known as Graceland. Keogh is Danielle, okay? Riley Keogh. Danielle Riley Keogh. That's how this is written, and so you know it's Riley. Okay. The prior trustee of the Promenade Trust was Lisa Marie Presley, who passed away in January of 2023. Thereafter, in September 2023, Nasani Investments and Private Lending LLC presented documents purporting to show that Lisa Marie Presley had borrowed $3.8 million from Nasani Investments and gave a deed of trust encumbering Graceland as security. Now, this is Riley and her attorney that is making these statements right here. So I want to be clear on that. These documents are fraudulent. Lisa Marie Presley never borrowed money from Nasani Investments and never gave a deed of trust to Nasani Investments. Nasani Investments has now scheduled a non-judicial sale of Graceland based on the fraudulent deed of trust. The sale is scheduled for May 23rd, 2024. This is an action to enjoin the non-judicial sale pursuant to Tennessee Code, and they list the codes, and for declaratory relief as provided by Tennessee Code, and they go ahead and they list that. Okay, so Riley has filed an injunction, and there's a hearing set for that. Okay, so we'll get to that in a little bit as well. All right. The next thing I want to get to is the second part of this is the party's jurisdiction and venue. Item number 3, on information and belief, Nasani Investments and Private Lending LLC is not a real entity. Nasani Investments and Private Lending LLC appears to be a false entity created for the purpose of defrauding the Promenade Trust, the heirs of Lisa Marie Presley, or any purchaser of Graceland at a non-judicial sale. Nasani Investments and Private Lending LLC is named as a defendant because it asserts the right to conduct a non-judicial sale. It is named in case it is a real entity formed by some jurisdiction. Okay. Now, the next thing, there is so much here, so I'm not going to read all of it. I'm just going to read pieces, and then we're going to dissect it. I want to read to you the claim for relief that Riley has put together and her attorney. Lisa Marie Presley did not borrow $3.8 million from Nasani Investments and Private Lending LLC. Lisa Marie Presley did not give a deed of trust to Graceland or to any other property to Nasani Investments and Private Lending LLC. The documents purporting to evidence such a loan and deed of trust are attached hereto as Collective Exhibit 1. Okay, so they're saying that she didn't do any of this. And she also goes on to say in point 12 that the documents are forgeries. While the documents bear signatures that look like the signature of Lisa Marie Presley did not in fact sign the documents. And if you look at those, you can see that the signatures are so exact in places that it looks like they almost copied and pasted it. I don't know, but I'm just saying that something smells. Something doesn't sound right to me. And the documents contain a standard promissory note, which appears to bear the signature of Lisa Marie Presley. And the standard promissory note was purportedly acknowledged before Notary Public Kimberly Philbrick in May 2018 in Duval County, Florida. The documents also contain a deed of trust which appears to bear the signature of Lisa Marie Presley. This deed of trust was purportedly acknowledged before Notary Public Kimberly Philbrick in May 2018 in Duval County, Florida. The purported deed of trust was never recorded in the Shelby County Registrar's Office. There are two problems with the notarial acknowledgments that strongly indicate the documents are forgeries. Okay, listen. First, The notarial acknowledgement on the standard promissory note includes standard language that it was acknowledged before the notary by means of physical presence or online notarization. Online notarization was not authorized in Florida until 2020, and this language was not in use in Florida prior to 2020. Okay, when are they saying she took out the loan? 2018. And it would have been notarized in 2018, correct? But they're saying that the language that was used wasn't even in existence then. Okay, so let that sink in. Second, the notary, Kimberly Philbrick, confirmed she did not notarize the standard promissory note or the deed of trust. Indeed, she confirmed she has never met Lisa Marie Presley nor notarized any document for her. Miss Philbrick's affidavit is attached here too as Exhibit 2. Okay, I'm fixing to pull that and read it so you guys can hear exactly what she had to say. Okay. Affidavit of Kimberly L. Philbrick, State of Florida, County of, it looks like Volusia. Kimberly L. Philbrick, under penalty of perjury, depose and say the following. 1, I am over the age of 18 and I make this affidavit on personal knowledge. 2, I am a duly commissioned notary public of the state of Florida. My notary ID is, and she lists it. I have reviewed the creditor's claim filed by Nasani Investments and Private Lending LLC in the Superior Court of California, Los Angeles County on September 18, 2023, with regard to the estate of Lisa Marie Presley. This creditor's claim is annexed to this affidavit as Exhibit 101. So she's put a copy of it, or they've attached a copy of it. The creditor's claim includes a document titled Standard Promissory Note. This standard promissory note includes an acknowledgement that says it was acknowledged by Lisa Marie Presley by physical presence in the state of Florida, County of Duval, in May 2018. The acknowledgement appears to bear my signature as notary public. I did not notarize this document, she said. I have never met Lisa Marie Presley, nor have I ever notarized a document signed by Lisa Marie Presley. I do not know why my signature appears on this document. Further affiant saith not. Kimberly L. Philbrick. So, that was her statement. They've got it. It's part of the exhibit. Okay. So that's all. That's making you wonder what is going on with this, right? Okay, so let's get down to some of the nitty-gritty about it. The commercial appeal states that the foreclosure or the sheriff's sale is listed as 3734 Elvis Presley Boulevard. Think about that a minute. 3734 Elvis Presley Boulevard. Do y'all know the address for Graceland is 3764 Elvis Presley Boulevard? Do you want to know what 3734 Elvis Presley Boulevard is? It is this. It's Graceland's offices. That's what this is. Okay? So why do they have, if they're going to put Graceland up for auction, why do they have the office building and not Graceland? Red flag number 1. That makes absolutely no sense to me. Okay? Then the documents that they supposedly had sent to Lisa Marie stating, if you don't respond, if you don't pay us back, we are going to foreclose on the property. Well, here is something really weird. All of the documents they sent by the United States Postal Service were returned to sender. And the address they showed on there, their return address shows 1601-1 North Main Street, Jacksonville, Florida. Now, why is that curious? Because when you look up that address, it's actually a post office building. It's a United States post office. That's odd. Okay, so let's talk about something else. The company is supposedly based in Missouri. That's where it was formed as a corporation, all of that kind of stuff, from everything I can find, because it says in here that or in the documents, it was a Missouri-based corporation. Okay, there is also another address listed in Missouri. And let me see if I can find that. Oh, here it is right here. They list a P.O. box, but then they list a physical address. And the physical address is 1980 Business 65, Hollister, Missouri. Well, a quick Google search, when you look up that address, what does it show? Another post office building. Do they not have a physical address or a physical building? You see, things aren't adding up here to me. I'm thinking this is some kind of huge fraud. Okay. Let me go on. What are some of the other notes that I found? Also, we have looked up Nasani Investments, looked it up many different ways. Looked it up as Nasani Investments and Private Lending LLC. Nothing on the Better Business Bureau. Nothing on Dun & Bradstreet. I went so far as to look at Missouri, at where you can form a corporation and you can search for a company. There's nothing there for them. I looked for it in many different ways. I looked simply as Nasani Investments, Nasani Investments LLC, Nasani Investments and Private Lending LLC. I even tried looking up this guy, Kurt Nasani's name, and what did the search return? Zilch, zero, nothing. Who is this person? Supposedly, well, not supposedly, CBS News, there was, I saw that this morning, that they were talking about this sale of Graceland, and they said that they had reached out to someone at Nasani Investments. Actually, they said, we reached out to someone who appeared to be working for Nasani Investments. That's the key word right there. Appeared to be. And when they were asked about Kurt Nasani, they said he was out of the country on a family matter. A little more curious, is it not? And they asked them questions, and they were told to get in touch with their lawyer for any comments to be made on this. Wow. Okay, the next thing is the phone number that is listed for Nasani Investments. It's not a working number. And how do I know that? Because I called it. And maybe I shouldn't have, because now they've got my number, but I blocked it. So if they try to get back in touch with me, they're not going to be able to find me. But I'm sure I'm not the only one who did it. So let me tell you what it said, what happened. So I called the number twice just to make sure. And all I get was a bunch of static and stuff in there. And then click, it's gone. Completely disconnected. Both times. But funny fact, when I went back and looked at the caller ID, at your call log on your phone, and it shows where the calls were placed to. It came up with a name called that they were located in Hudson, Florida. Hudson, Florida. So I did another quick little Google search and I said, where is Hudson, Florida? Well, let me tell you where Hudson, Florida is. It is in Pasco County. And you know what area Pasco County is? It's Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Clearwater. Any of that ring a bell with you? Clearwater? That is where the Scientology offices are based. I can't prove anything, nor am I going to try, but it does not, it's like, are they involved in a scam somehow? Is there something going on? Okay. Priscilla has also come out and posted that it's a scam. But there is a Florida connection. I mean, if you think about all of this stuff that's going on, the lawsuit with Bridget is in Florida. Scientology is in Florida. This suit is from Florida. I mean, it's crazy. In all honesty, where is all of this coming from? Okay. The next things that I wanted to go over, because I'm sure I have missed some things. So I wanted to read y'all and talk to you about the docket. I went and looked at that myself, and basically this is what's going to happen. This is the schedule of events. All right. On May 15th of 2024, there was, the entry is on the actual court docket. Says verified complaint for declaratory judgment and injunctive relief, including a temporary restraining order. Okay, so there is a temporary restraining order to keep Graceland from going on the auction block. Okay. Also, on May 15th, summons issued to Kurt Nasani via certified mail. Get this. It was handed back to the attorney for service. Must have been undeliverable, is what I'm thinking. It doesn't sound right, does it? Okay, May 15th, 2024. Summons issued to Nasani Investments via certified mail. Handed back for service. Can they not find this guy? All right, and then there was also some payments made to get all of this stuff going. And then we're going to skip over that. And then there was an entry on May 15th. Injunctive relief hearing set Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024 at 9 a.m. in person. Okay, so tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. there is a hearing set for this injunctive relief. All right. Another entry on May 15th. The double writ TRO, T-R-O and N-O-H, I don't know, issued to Nasani Investments and Private Lending, LLC, via other, handed back to attorney for service. May 15th, 2024, double writ TRO and NOH issued to Kurt Nasani, LLC, via other, handed back to attorney for service. Okay, so tomorrow, they're supposed to both, Riley and this Nasani Investments, or their counsel, are supposed to appear for this hearing. The lawsuit was filed on May 15th in Shelby County Chancery Court. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, the deed was never recorded in Shelby County for this suit. There was nothing recorded. If this were a real thing, it would have been recorded in the Shelby County records that there was a restriction that it was put up for collateral. That never happened. There is nothing there. Um, anyway, the hearing is scheduled for tomorrow between both parties. Well, doesn't sound like to me that they're going to be able to be there because they haven't been able to get a hold of him. So what do we have here? We have several things. Number one, we can't prove that this Nasani Investments or this Kurt Nasani is even a real company or person. None of that's working. They've listed the wrong address for Graceland. And let me point this out too. Lisa Marie Presley she owned all of Graceland, but she only had 15% in Elvis Presley Enterprises. So she would not have been authorized to use Elvis Presley Enterprises as collateral. Now, could she maybe have used her 15%? That I'm not sure of, but it just seems odd to me that you would put up that Elvis Presley Enterprises when you only own 15% of it. Okay, so we've got the address wrong. That's the other thing. We can find no phone number that works for these people. They say that their company was formed in Missouri, yet there's nothing in the records that prove it. There's no listing for this company as ever being formed in Missouri. There's no records of it ever being formed in Florida. I even went so far as to check Delaware. Now, call me crazy, but it was a hunch. I'm like going, okay, well, a lot of corporations register as a Delaware corporation. There was nothing there either. So it was just a total dead end. I mean, they're not listed with Better Business Bureau. They're not listed with Dun & Bradstreet. You do a Google search and you're going to return nothing. If you find something, let me know. I would be extremely interested in what you find out. Okay, I'm going to end it with this. And again, y'all, this is longer than what I normally like to do, but there was so much I wanted to get out to you guys. And I think it's so important that we know the ins and outs, what all of this stuff means, because, Graceland is an important place to us as Elvis fans. I mean, it's where we go. It's our, for me, it's my spot. I just can go there and you feel Elvis. You feel his, I don't know. It was his place. It was his special place. And Lisa Marie loved it too. I mean, it was their home. And you can't help but see how much he loved it when you go and you visit there. So I'm going to end it with this. This came out today. It was on KTAL News, and I believe, they're in Memphis, Tennessee. And this is what it said. It says, the county has no deed for Graceland. Elvis Presley's family calls sale a scam. Okay. Elvis Presley's loved ones, as well as the Graceland estate, say the claims of the property being up for foreclosure sale over a purported $3.8 million debt are a fraud. The Shelby County Register of Deeds also said Tuesday that the office has no record on file of a deed related to Graceland. Okay, that's what I just said a while ago. There's nothing on file. Elvis Presley Enterprises, here we go, can confirm that these claims are fraudulent. Graceland said in a statement released late Monday night, released last night, y'all, there is no foreclosure sale. Simply put, the counter lawsuit has been filed is to stop the fraud. Okay. And then it goes on to say that Priscilla Presley, Lisa Marie Presley's mother, and Elvis's ex-wife, I'm glad they put that in there, was more direct, writing on her ex account simply, "It's a scam." WREG reached out to numerous local agencies Tuesday morning on the matter, including the Shelby County Register of Deeds. Deputy Administrator Clint Anderson responded and said their office has reviewed the matter and they have no documents that have been filed related to a deed on Graceland. When asked additional questions, Anderson said he could not elaborate, but reiterated that no documents have been filed in their office on the matter. In general, for a foreclosure, Anderson said an entity would have to have certain documentation notarized, then filed, and the registrar's office would certify it. That has not been done in this case, Anderson told WREG. According to a legal notice, the historic Graceland property in Memphis was set to be sold at a foreclosure sale Thursday, though that sale was stopped by a temporary restraining order Monday. A hearing on an injunction is set for Wednesday, tomorrow. Yes, and we know, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So stay tuned, everybody. Let's see what's going to happen. I've got a feeling that this has all been just some big mess. You know, the first time that I ever saw anything about it, I believe was in September of 2023, although I was told that there was something about it in January of 2023 that came out, I guess, shortly after Lisa Marie passed. And I tried to go back in my memory bank and pull out that file, and I seem to recall seeing something about it. And I believe that, I don't know if Graceland or EPE acknowledged it, or if Riley acknowledged it or not, because it just seems so far-fetched, you know. But obviously, whoever this person, these people are, this entity, these people, this man, they are trying to pull something over on Graceland and trying to get a hold of a very valuable historical piece of property. And you know what? I don't think it's going to happen. Anyway, I hope and pray it doesn't. So that's all I have for today. Stay tuned. I will get back with y'all on more information at the end of the week. And until then, remember, you only get one shot at this life. Live every day to the fullest, because you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. Until I see you later, bye everyone.